What is going on, Amazon sellers? Happy Sunday. Happy end of the work weekend. I hope that you guys are all doing well. Welcome to the live Amazon FBA seller Ask Me Anything. For those of you who are new here, we spend about 30 minutes answering your questions about anything related to Amazon, online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, Keepa, wholesale, you name it. I will try to get you an answer, or at least point you in the right direction. My name's Chris Grant. Been doing this for about 10 years, and let's dive in. I've also got something to show you guys today. Not so much a tip, but more of a data-backed. Anyway, I'll show you here in a minute. Michael, what's going on, man? Glad to see you. Hey, Carrie, Sunday fun day, absolutely. Hey, Juan, happy Sunday. What's up, Paulie? SR, what's going on? Glad to have you. Hey, Luke. Hey, Ryan. And yes, Chris, happy OA Challenge Eve. Starting tomorrow, we start the 12th iteration, the 12th cohort of the Online Arbitrage Challenge. And I am excited. Matter of fact, if you want to join, the cart closes tonight. Would love to have you. In my opinion, and it is biased, of course, it is the best bang for your buck when it comes to learning about Amazon and online arbitrage and Keepa and all the other things that you need to know about running an Amazon business. You can check out the link down in the video description or above the video description, or you can head over to oachallenge.com, learn a little bit more. We, of course, have a 7-day money-back guarantee, a better than money-back guarantee. Might even call it a slap your mother guarantee. If you wouldn't slap your mother for the information there, we'd love to give you your money back. Hey, Syed, what is going on? Question: how do the OA challenge payments work? Once, if you decide to do the payment plan, which you can break it up into 3 payments, you're looking at a payment up front and then 2 payments every 30 days. All right. Now, I do need your guys' help. If you have questions, drop them in the chat. I'm going to take a few of them, and then I am going to show you guys a little bit of information that I was thinking about a little earlier. So, yeah, see, look at this. The OA challenge doing the work before it even starts. The closer we get to the OA challenge, and Syed sales keep going up. I love to see it, man. Love to see it. Let's see here. Lex, happy Sunday prep. I need a fragile AF sticker. I hear you, man. All right, Jerry. So I've been trying to upload an ACE and I found rabbit trailing and it just won't load in inventory. It's not restricted. I've tried multiple devices. Any ideas? I don't know for sure, Jerry. I unless you're getting some sort of 5885 error without the error popping up, and maybe this is something to do with Amazon's new API changes. I cannot say for sure. Personally, what I would do is I'd probably wait 24 hours and try again. And then after that, I would suggest that you probably open a case and see what's going on. Juan, are the live videos of the OA challenge going to happen in Facebook only? So no, they're not. And I'll tell you why. Facebook took away the ability to run live video into a private Facebook group. The only way you can do that is actually running it to your Facebook page and then sharing it into the group. And then it's out there for the whole world to see, which is not what we're looking for. It needs to be private. So we're actually going to be running these via my StreamYard. Essentially, they're going to be webinars. Links will be shared. We're going to create events for each and every day inside the Facebook group. I'm going to email out links to the webinar link, the StreamYard link. And I'm also going to make sure they're in school as well in the calendar, but it's going to be outside of Facebook for the lives. And Chris is being too kind here. It says the OA challenge is the best thing you can do for your business. Being a better sourcer is the best solution to increased fees that you'll find. I appreciate that, man, very much. Okay, over on Instagram, CS Carlton. I will be on a cruise starting on Wednesday. Will there be replays in case the Wi-Fi is sketchy? Yes, absolutely. Replays will be available immediately. Rosalind, I keep getting a 5885 error on a game that I'm trying to list that I've listed before. Is there a workaround? There is not one that I'm aware of. You can try to reach out to I'm sure that I read about this somewhere. I usually just forget about it because it's such a pain in the elbow. And matter of fact, I have some products sitting right over here that had a 5885 error because I didn't list them before I bought them. So you may need to open up a case and see if they can help you. You might need to send in a flat file and change the brand name because it seems like it's getting that generic error when it may not be generic. If you've got the inventory in your seller's central, maybe try replenishing rather than uploading a new SKU. But outside of that, I don't know. I tend to just walk away from that problem. Yeah, Luke, pain in the elbow was something my extremely religious grandmother would say rather than pain in the you know what. So I was trying to be nice there. Carrie, when finding profits using the method you've detailed so many times, like last night with Nate, when is it best to drop tactical arbitrage in the mix, before or after creating corridors? I think before. The whole purpose of tactical arbitrage and using sourcing software is to let it do the heavy lifting. Just throw as much data as you possibly can. And because it's a computer and it has no feelings yet, let it go and do that heavy lifting. Let it figure out the matches and the profits based on your filters, etc. And then for you and our human brains, we need to get a much smaller set of data to go after. Jerry, are you running any Amazon PPC? I just started a campaign today and was looking for any tips you may have. Well, when it comes to arbitrage, which I think you guys are doing OA and RA, I don't really have any tips other than just run a cheap pay-per-click campaign. It's called some people call it a catch-all campaign, but I just run the same thing, automatic, up to 5 cents per click, up to $5 per day on the entire catalog. And that's all I would do. One, shoot me an email at support@oachallenge.com. But you're probably going to need to be over in school to get access. CS Carlton, I'm an alum and I know I will still have a hard time keeping up with you. Well, I appreciate that. I will try to go as slow as possible. Okay, everything trending and viral. I'm new here. How much money would you recommend someone start with FBA? I'm looking into arbitrage. So if you're gonna start with arbitrage, I would suggest $1,000 at least. Okay, so here's the right answer is you need to start this business with as much as you possibly can that you could lose all of it and your life would not be upended. Okay, so that's the right answer. That's really the right answer for any business. You need to start any business with as much money as you possibly can. That's not going to ruin you if you lose it all. All right. The reason that is that the longer the runway you have, the better off you are. And with an Amazon business, just like with any other style of retail business, whether it was brick and mortar or eBay or anything else, you need money for inventory. More inventory means more sales. More sales means more cash flow, typically, if you're selling profitably anyway. And that's how the cycle works. All right. Um, but I think $1,000 is where you need to go if you're going to do arbitrage. If you're going to do books, you can start with a couple $100 and go out and flip books and learn that business, and then go to regular old retail or online arbitrage if you'd like to. Syed, eagerly waiting for tomorrow. We'll get an email before 6:15. Yes, I will. So there's already an event in the Facebook group. There should be a calendar event inside of school. And at about 4:15 p.m. Eastern, I will send out an email to everybody with another link. So I try to overdo it, make sure everybody gets as many notifications as possible. I should have done it this time, but next time I'm going to take phone numbers for text messages as well. Okay. So today, rather than a standard tip, I actually wanted to show you guys something because I say something quite frequently, and I figured it would be good to back it up with data. Okay. Everyone likes someone who is willing to uh, tell you that other people are telling you the wrong thing. It's very popular on social media. Most people don't back it up with hard facts. That's not my style. I like to back it up with hard facts. So, what I want to talk to you about today is the fact that anyone telling you that you need to have a mandatory maximum sales rank that you don't source over is pointing you in the wrong direction. All right. Now, it sounds really good. All right. I was actually talking to someone on Twitter today, and they're like, hey, you know what? If Keepa doesn't give me this data, I don't buy it. And I was like, well, you're limiting yourself to 3.5 million ASINs out of a total of how many is it here? Where is that number? Ah, there it is. They're limiting themselves to about 380 million ASINs out of the 1.38 billion ASINs on Amazon by being beholden to this one data point. And that's a problem. Okay. Now, it's nice. It feels good. All right. But also, they're using that data point incorrectly. They were using the number of sales. That number of sales is a lagging indicator. It is not an indicator of future sales necessarily. All right. But we're going to use that lagging indicator to prove to you that you should not have these arbitrary maximum sales rank things. People will tell you, oh, well, you need to source 50,000 or below or 100,000 or below. Poppycock. Okay. It is not true at all. Do you need to source differently at higher sales ranks and lower velocities? Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to go buying 100 or 200 units or something like that, but you certainly can purchase up in that area. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to max out our sales rank at 1 million. All right. Now, a lot of people would say that is a number that I would never source at. That seems insane. All right. And a lot of times you'd be right. I would never source something that was ranked 1 million in video games or toys and games or beauty and personal care or anything like that. But there are some other categories where that is just fine. One of them is the clothing, shoes, and jewelry category. This is one category where you can source up to a million in sales rank. Now you're going to notice I have 1 million in sales rank as the top end, and there's 20.8 million ASINs here. That's because of variations. All right. So there are 20.8 million products currently ranked under 1 million in sales rank. Now, do all of those sell? No, absolutely not. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to run down to the bought in the past month filter. All right. Let me find it here. Bought in the past month. And we're going to put 50 right here. And now we're down to 870,000 ASINs. We're going to hit find products. And instead of the sales rank being number one at the very front, we're actually going to go to the very back of the stack. We're going to go to the highest sales rank possible. And you're going to see here that, look at this Deck the Palms Tropical Hawaii Christmas light shirt. It says that it's sold 100 over the past 30 days. Now, this is a lagging indicator. This is obviously a seasonal product. It's also a merch on demand product, it looks like. So this is sold directly by Amazon, and someone made this design and sells it, but they make a nice little royalty during Q4. Okay. I can guarantee that once we're out into January, we're not selling 50 here. Okay. But let's go down a little bit and let's go to something. So let's go to page 10. Now we're still in the 900,000 rank here. 30-day average is 694, 90 days 500, and we're looking at bought in the past month 300. Now this is a Father's Day gag gift, all right? Now I've got some, I don't know if that number is absolutely right, all right, this 300, because you can see here that it's probably still it's probably still pulling up some of those sales from right here and coming up, all right? Now, maybe you're getting some sales through here. We're probably going to see another little spike on this during Father's Day. Sure enough, it gets much, much better. All right. But you need to know how to properly read Keepa sales rank rather than focusing on an arbitrary rank of 100,000 or focusing on how many are bought in the past month because it's a lagging indicator. We can take all of these things into account and use them as mile markers or indicators, but we need to really have a holistic view of how everything works in concert together. All right. And that is something that is incredibly important, and it will allow you to get into some of the nooks and crannies that other people will not go into just because they don't know any better. Okay. All right, let me grab some other questions here. Chris, looking forward to the AI info. Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna have some fun with some AI. Absolutely. Lots of cool things you can do with that. So, Meek, how are you paying your VAs? I don't do it. I probably don't do it in the best manner. But right now, I pay them. I pay them via PayPal. Just every week, I do it manually. I should probably put it on auto pay and things like that, but I don't know. I like to have control. I could probably get a better rate if I used another service. I know, but I'm old school and I've been using PayPal for like 10 years. And so I just pay them via PayPal. Thanks, Joe Mazan. I appreciate you. All right. Any other thoughts, concerns, questions that I can help you with before we wrap this up for this Sunday? How did I find my VAs? I took one VA from someone who was letting theirs go. I had a friend hire another one for me, and then I hired his wife. Uh, Metal Chemist. Hopefully, I got that right. For the OA challenge, I'm probably going to be using the replays most days since I'm still at work when you start. Is there anything I should know about missing the live? Nope. As long as you're willing to catch the replays, you're good to go. And then we'll have some catch-up days and some Q&A days that are built in to make sure that you get all your questions answered live if you want to. Paulie, hey Chris, I won Keepa Academy during your giveaways that I haven't tapped into yet. Been restructuring some things. Would you do challenge and hit Keepa Academy after, or vice versa? Um, it's a good question. The OA challenge is a much more holistic approach. With the OA challenge, we teach sourcing and Keepa and all of that. And we go really deep on Keepa. I go deeper in Keepa Academy because it's like 8 hours of just Keepa, not just four. Uh, I don't know. I guess it really depends. If you're fine sourcing and you just want to understand Keepa better, Keepa Academy first would be the way that I would go. But if you need help kind of being an all around better sourcing person, then the OA challenge would be the way to go. Roslyn, I heard that there will be a PDF with the course. And does that mean we can use the PDF that is put out and not worry so much about taking notes and just focus on the training? So here is something that I'm going to be doing. Okay. You are going to get access to a PDF book that we put together of one of our past OA challenges. And then every day, you're also going to get notes from the day before. All right. I'll have notes for, some will be taken. That's not true. We used to have a note taker, but AI will be taking notes during the challenge on all the questions, everything. And we're going to put out every single morning the notes from the night before, so you don't have to take handwritten notes if you don't want to. Chris, Jerry, anything we should do in the OA group to get prepared for tomorrow? Nothing you need to do for tomorrow. You just need to be there. Tomorrow is an easy day. All right. I try to get us going real easy, but day number 2, we start going heavy. All right. So I'm going to introduce everybody on day 1. Day number 2, it's going to get serious. All right. Well, guys, I'll tell you what, we're going to wrap it up there. But listen, I'd love to have you in the OA challenge. The cart does close tonight at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. It is $397 for 14 days of my time. That could be 90 minutes. It could be 2 hours. It could be 3 hours, depending on the number of your questions. All right. Would love to have you. There is a pay plan if you need it. And if you're worried that it's not for you, you get a 7-day money back guarantee. We will pay you all of your money back in the first 7 days if you don't care for it, if you just don't like the way that my voice sounds, if you think you know all of that stuff already, you can get a refund. And I'll give you an extra $50 for wasting your time. All you got to do is tell me, hey, you wasted my time. Give me the $50. All right. I've paid out 5 of those. I don't want to pay out more, but I will if necessary. All right. But we do close tonight. Head over to oachallenge.com. Check it out. Read the reviews. Go ask your friends on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. There are plenty of people who will likely say, hey, yeah, Chris is an okay guy. And there should only be a few that don't care for me. But I would love to have you. oachallenge.com. And I will be back tomorrow at 5:30, right before the OA challenge starts, to do this all over again and answer your questions. Have a great rest of your Sunday, everybody. I hope that you guys absolutely crush the rest of the day.